What up, everybody? It's Zan here, coming at you with the content stack. We're joined tonight by Virus. We got
Hi.
Vex. We got Arrow. We got Q, and we got Hushy. This is the content stack cast. We've already done a couple of these. Tonight, we're gonna start off with a little bit of a change up. Timeline's been flooded with a little bit more gaming news than we would normally see in the Siege community. We got a new reveal for a new Pokemon game, and Elden Ring has also systematically dismantled the entirety of the world's sanity within the last 72 hours.
Really has.
So why don't we see what the fuck is up with that? Who wants to start? Has anybody played Elden Ring yet?
No, but I'm
Just
going
got
to
gifted
later.
Oh my god. Okay.
I
So
also got
we're
it
not going to see
gifted
any
today.
of them ever again.
Yeah, no,
No.
we'll be
So-
gone. This is the last podcast we will be on. Enjoy it.
Take this as a
This is-
preemptive farewell.
Yes.
Um,
Got to start making
my
graphics.
buddy's been playing the shit out of it, and he's not having a good time. He likes the game, but he's miserable about it.
Sounds about
We're all
right.
Siege players. I think that
Yeah.
applies to us.
Yeah.
Too.
I don't think
Really,
I don't think I have ever talked to anyone who is the avid player of any video game who hasn't said that they hate the game that they play. It's like,
Yeah.
it just why? Why
I
do you do it? No
avoid
one
saying
knows.
I hate this game. I break it down more simply to fuck this game. I'm fucking done.
That's
That's
valid.
about it.
That's valid.
and then you pick up the controller again.
Yep. Just
Yeah.
yeets
Yeah,
the bitch
without
into the
fail.
drywall, walks over, dusts it off, restarts the level.
I have a very
Yeah.
long history with the Gears of War franchise.
Oh
And-
God,
Yeah, that series does that to you.
I'm so sorry.
Like just
Sorry.
the esports scene for Gears in and of itself is
you guys got esports.
Yeah, it's where Veli started.
What?
Gears got
man,
yep.
oh man.
Now he's abandoned us.
I think Gears of War turned me like into a far right extremist for 3 years of my adolescence.
Hold up. Back that up a little
for legal
bit.
reasons, for legal reasons, that's a joke. That's a joke,
Yeah,
right?
no,
For
it
legal
was not a
reasons, what are they
good-
gonna do?
it did not help my development. Let's put it that way. It is a very, very bad community to be a part of sometimes.
No, yeah.
And playing
Yeah.
it religiously after school at 15, 16 years old. I'm sure I taught my parents a few words.
Oh yeah.
That's how I was. That's how I was until I got a PC because I played a lot of Call of Duty,
Yeah.
and I was heavy in
Call of Duty.
I did a lot of
Yeah.
just a lot of. They used to have a mode. I can't remember the name of it. It was kind of like ranked. Black Ops 2 had it.
Yep.
It was like a ranked mode, and everyone that came from like Modern Warfare 2 and shit went into
Yeah.
that, and if there's comms out there of that shit, bro,
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, it's
Like,
I'll get the call out post ready.
if somebody recorded the party chat from Gears of War 2 on launch day, you can cancel me. I deserved it when I was 15. Like,
Fair.
I do not consent to my comms from when I was like 12 being leaked.
yeah.
We all
No,
made
it was-
mistakes.
I would love to.
Let me see.
hear
Let me
them.
see. When did Modern Warfare 2 come out? Modern
A
Warfare
long fucking
2
time ago. I was in high
came
school.
out in fucking 2009.
Yeah.
So,
remember
yeah,
being in
I was
film
about
class the day that
12.
came out.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's a good age.
I think your first mistake was just being 12.
Yeah,
Damn, you're right. I should have skipped that age.
yeah. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because we all have that, like, just
The-
are able to do that.
Dude, the age of like 11 until like 17, just no good. Just no
Yeah,
good.
no, just cut
Yeah,
that
no,
shit
that's
out.
fair. The amount of growth I went through from 17 to 21 is like earth shattering. I
Same.
am not the same person.
That's how
Oh,
it should
God.
be. You
Yeah,
should
no,
like
my girlfriend is constantly saying, just, I wish I met you in high school.
No, you don't.
No,
No,
you
no,
don't.
you do not.
I met
Um,
Hushy in high school.
Yeah, and what a fucking mistake that was.
Yeah, and then we stopped talking for 5 years.
Here's the
There's a
thing.
reason.
From when I was like 9 to 15, there's things I said that would get me canceled in a heartbeat now, but that's just.
Yeah.
I mean,
There's
at
things
that
you
age,
say
don't-
now that could get you canceled. What do you mean?
yeah.
No, there's a
Sometimes.
difference. At that age, like because you don't understand what those words mean. You just hear
Yeah.
someone say it in a voice
Well, yeah,
chat.
it's emulated, right?
So yeah, and then when you
Yep.
get mad, you want to fucking. I don't know, you're angry.
It's
don't
just
think
like
about
words.
You're angry when you're playing fucking like gun game or something. You keep getting knifed over and over and over again.
Especially if you're like 13, 14 playing these games that you're not supposed to even be playing right now. And you
Yeah.
hear these 20-year-olds dropping N-words and like
Oh,
just
yeah.
horrific insults. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, this is normal. And
Yeah.
then you grow up and
Pick
you're
that
like,
up.
wow, that's fucked up.
Yeah, after you learn that
That
there's
is not
weights
okay.
to your words, it's like,
I think-
oh no.
I think I'm still the same person from high school though. But I also like
Mm,
I mature like okay. There's a difference. How do I say this? Because no one, I don't think anyone in here knew me when I was in high school.
nah.
But
No.
like Mason would 100% confirm that I haven't changed regarding like my humor and like my I don't give a fuck attitude. But like
It's fair.
You know where to
vocabulary-
draw a line, though.
Yeah.
because like so
Yeah.
mind you, like I was somewhat raised in Oklahoma.
Cool.
So like in Oklahoma and Texas, not my parents, but like my friends' parents and all of them, they
Mhm.
didn't believe in any of the like trans or gay stuff or any of that. Like that was a crime in their eyes. And then some of my friends were raised. Well, they're not people I went to high school with were heavy into that. Like if you were like black or Mexican or Asian or gay or trans, like you weren't a human being. And then because Janine can confirm,
What
like
time?
when her and I first started talking, like I was asking her, like, what does transgender and all this shit means? And she had
Oh,
explained to me because I was like, I have no idea. Like I don't want to offend people. Like I'm not a bad person. I just don't understand it. So like
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with that.
But it takes a big person to be able to sit there and be like, look, I am uneducated on the subject. Please teach me.
Yeah.
You know? And
Being
that
willing-
in and of itself proves how much you have grown from high school, even if your humor and stuff hasn't.
yeah.
The willingness to be educated or allow yourself to
Yeah.
get that education towards those topics is more than, more than, "Oh, my dog has my sleeve."
I do miss the old days though of like booting
Why?
up like Black Ops 2 and shit and just running through people in multiplayer. That was fun.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you had less to give a shit about back then, right? So it was just a lot more stress-free. But unfortunately, we're adults now.
Yeah.
I don't
No.
like it.
I don't,
I have
Like,
to pay my
I-
taxes.
I played like my
Taxes.
brother replayed Dark Souls religiously. Like he'd played the most bare naked person you could play as in Dark Souls.
Yeah.
And just
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
completely like he would like completely beat the game. Like it was insane.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would-
I
I
have a
would
buddy
play
who does that.
I would play it and struggle, but like I can't play Elden Ring because that would be like toxic. I would raid. I would break shit.
Well, my
Yeah.
buddy, he's actually been streaming it, and he is not happy from start to finish. I swear to God,
Sounds
he will
about
stream
right.
4 hours of Elden Ring, and he will not smile once. He will not laugh. He is just
Oh
living
no.
from start
That's
to
how it
finish,
goes, though.
and he's
Like,
enjoying it. So,
Yeah, no, I mean it's God.
Gotta love it.
I played a fair amount of Dark Souls in terms of man hours, but I didn't get far because I would put it down for 5 months at a time, pick it back,
Yep.
and be like, I don't remember what the fuck I'm doing, and
Yep.
start over. And my biggest issue with the Souls series and even Bloodborne, like any Soulsborne or Souls, like whatever you want to call them, the way the narrative is presented to you is my biggest issue. It's kind of like sort of selectorate
What do you
figure
mean by
out.
that?
Because it's not given to you. It's not in your face. It's not like a main focal point. It's here you go.
Yeah.
You're going to die.
Have
Figure
fun.
it out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
And
That's
as
it.
you pick up items
Good
and
luck, have
stuff, you can
fun.
learn through the descriptions. And
hmm
Dark Souls has a lot of the the little lore attached to it, as well as sometimes they'll have like little tidbits about a specific use for the item that isn't totally spelled out, but it's kind of like a vague indicator.
Mhm.
I know Elden Ring has done that with a couple items, and I don't have time for that.
See,
So
I understand that completely. I know where
Yeah.
you're coming from. I would say that you are 100% correct in that, but I am on the opposite end of things where I fucking adore that.
like I think it's a really neat way to present a story, right? Because it makes you feel a little bit more immersed in it because you have to learn the world for yourself. But when I play maybe 15 hours of video games a week and 12 to 15 of those hours are streamed, I don't have the attention to like split between
Yep.
all of that. So I know I'm never gonna play them.
That's
I just
okay,
watch
though.
them instead, you know. And it sucks
That's
because
completely
Dark Souls
fine.
was fun as fuck, and I would love to get good, but I just
Get good, scrub.
I'm gonna go play Siege instead.
Yeah, how fucking dare you?
Bro,
Right.
100% I am playing the next Call of Duty that comes out in like a year, 2 years.
Oh, yeah.
One,
Should be released later this year.
yeah, the content on it's good. It's gonna be fucking good, given what's happening.
Sheesh!
It's no different in the past COD games. How worse could they get? Like everyone remembers the Russian, but like, bro, given because they're gonna have that much time to like add shit to it
Yeah.
and not have a yearly release.
I'm not sure if it's gonna be the next release where they're gonna lean into it though, because it's already in development, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna be Modern
Yeah,
Warfare
we'll
2,
probably
though.
see it like the
Is that the next
release
confirmed
after.
one that's
It's
after this
confirmed
one?
to be Modern Warfare 2, a
Yeah.
sequel to
Okay.
Modern Warfare 2019.
Bruh.
Gotcha. Okay.
Which
You-
had a fantastic campaign, by the way.
Yes.
I don't give a fuck about the
was
multiplayer.
good.
The multiplayer felt good in terms of gameplay. But again, the balance is fucked and the meta sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the
Mhm.
campaign, man,
Modern Warfare in general.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, Modern
Yeah.
Warfare in general, just campaign wise, is good. Black Ops was
Interesting.
it was interesting, and it was the multiplayer for me that I loved Black Ops 4.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the
Zombies.
Treyarch games in terms
Zombies
of
good.
balance more than the Infinity War games, though. I will say that.
Yeah.
Zombies.
Zombies is the
Zombies
only
was
fucking thing I
fucking-
know about Call of Duty. That's it.
Zombies.
That's all you need to know.
Nazis.
The rest
Honestly,
is-
you're right.
I mean, we play Siege, so, but it's so stale now. Call of Duty is just
Yeah, it just
And
kind
I
of feels
think
like the
it's-
same fucking thing over and over and over.
well, that's
Which
it.
hopefully with the getting rid of the yearly releases,
Yeah.
that helps. Like,
Can we
if
get,
you
like,
have
a brand new
longer than
engine,
a-
too? Please.
what engine
No.
are they running? I don't even remember at this point.
It's gonna be a new engine.
Oh, it's a
Thank
brand-
God.
So they've come out and they've released information that Modern Warfare 2 is going to be released on a brand new engine alongside quotation marks Warzone 2.
Ooh.
Ha!
I don't know
Warzone!
about
I
that
thought-
one.
That was
I
an
thought
experience.
So they're
What
ditching the
happened to it?
seasons and just going straight to a Warzone 2.
That's what they're calling it, is Warzone 2. Whether or not that's going to be Warzone
Is it
2 or
is
if
it
it's
going to
just
be Overwatch 2?
It's going to be Warzone on the new engine. So take that as you will.
Okay, no,
It's going to
that
be
would
essentially
be
Warzone 2 because
Right.
you can't just have cross
you
engine.
can't
Yeah.
just suddenly do Warzone Season 3 like they did.
Question is, are they going to offer a free upgrade to everybody?
Ludo, come here.
I feel like Warzone's going to stay free.
Yeah. Because right now you could download the game and you can just go and play Warzone. But like
Yeah.
if you want any of the
No.
other content, you do have to pay for that. But you can download Warzone just for free.
Listen, I played Modern Warfare through game sharing on Xbox.
Yep.
And then when I got my PC, everyone's like, "Yo, let's play fucking Warzone." I was like, and
Yeah.
so I did,
Yeah.
and
Don't
it
do
lasted like 3 days. Like,
Yeah.
That's a
wasn't
better
worth
track
the-
record than mine.
was not worth the space on my SSD.
No.
I will say that like Warzone when it first came out was fun.
Yes.
Activision doesn't know how to balance for shit,
No.
and there's a really bad cheating problem. But out of all the battle royales that I've played, I feel like Warzone, because it is Call of Duty, just on a grander scale, the gunplay's there, the movement's there, the fluidity's there. It felt good to play. It didn't
Yeah,
have like you weren't bogged down by having to worry about whether or not you dropped in an area that had good armor, because as long as you had plates, you're fine.
Yeah.
I think that's one thing that people don't highlight enough is that was a system taken from Battlefield,
Yep.
with Firestorm, and the loot
Who?
system is taken from Firestorm as well. Which I don't know if anyone's played it. Was actually really fucking fun, and then Ghost Games abandoned it, and I'm forever going to be salty about that because I enjoyed it a lot, and it was the best BR map I've ever seen. Just, you know, if they had taken a similar flow that PUBG had, and that like sort of impact with the fluid gameplay of Call of Duty, and kept the systems from Firestorm that worked, I think it would be the best BR, hands down. But they didn't.
I didn't know Ubisoft was making a Star Wars game.
Are they?
Yep, they're
Hello?
making.
I think I
they've
remember
A
apparently-
little bit of a
that.
detour, but yeah.
They've been apparently been working on it for a while, but it's supposed to be a
An open world RPG.
open world RPG Star
Huh.
Wars game.
Interesting.
So, I'm
I've
gonna
seen
put-
some Star Wars movies.
I'm
Now,
gonna put my
Assassin's Creed
notice.
Star
I'm gonna
Wars.
put my notice in
Ubisoft's-
now. If when that game comes out, you won't see me for like a month.
hey,
No, we
I'm
will,
putting my
because you're gonna
notice in
come.
now.
You're gonna come back when the game constantly crashes on you and you get stuck in the wall.
Which
Probably.
because Ubisoft,
22 frames on PC.
yeah, because Ubisoft.
Dude, if I
also
get
make,
22 frames with the build I have, I'm actually going to riot.
I don't know, it's a Ubisoft port, man.
no, it's a
Exactly.
Ubisoft game, not a Riot game, Arrow. God.
Ba, 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 wow.
But
Boy.
Ubisoft's also making a Harry Potter game too.
I need it.
Potty Potter.
If that game, when I open it up and I go to fill out what my house is and it doesn't put me in Hufflepuff, I'm immediately refunding it.
I hope your game crashes as soon as you get to the sorting.
I will just start over. I will soft reset until I get what I want. I'll light it on fire.
I can't stop thinking now that I mentioned it about Firestorm. Can we talk about how fucking brutal of a
No.
VR that is? And instead of having just like this fucking aura, it's a literal ring of fire burning everybody alive. And it's just slowly
Right.
destroying the map as it closes. It was so fucking cool.
Sounds like me.
Listen,
Visually, it
what?
was so impressive.
What? Excuse
My wife is on a giant circle of fire that burns everything alive. What?
No, that's my brain to me.
Oh.
Ring of fire.
Oh,
Ring of
so
fire.
I'm sorry. Speaking of old ass songs like that, there's
Huh?
an old ass song. So here's my ADHD brain, right? You said
Huh?
the ring of, like what was it called? Ring of Fire? Whatever.
Yeah.
My brain went to Fallout 3 music. I don't want to set the world on fire because ADHD.
Okay.
And then I remembered that Microsoft is allegedly in talks for developing a Fallout New Vegas 2.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Hasn't been the same since Fallout New Vegas.
You're
No,
right.
it hasn't.
Fallout
Well,
76 was, or 4, or
We don't
whatever
talk
the
about
fuck
that.
it was.
Shit.
No, we don't talk about
Why?
that.
You mean that
What are you
game
talking about
wasn't
right now?
good?
So I've never heard of that
I've
game.
never heard of that game.
Ever.
Yeah.
Virus only brings
What
it
do
up
you-
because there's Mothman in it.
There's a
Mothman.
Mothman in it?
There is.
Yeah.
The virus
Alright,
didn't
she-
They're
even
not
she's
giving
know.
you the
taking
game.
back all claims as she sits there contemplating her decisions.
Why you
I
don't
did
want
not
you
know
don't want
that.
this game.
No, I
Best
don't.
game of
I
all time
watched-
now.
Play
I
it.
watched the internet history episode on it. It was a fucking trash fire.
Oh,
Internet
That's
one way
history
to put it.
episode. You what?
don't
You
don't
should
make
have
fun of
lived
her.
through that.
I
That was like a
sat
couple
there-
years ago. This
A
history.
couple
When they
years ago.
announced it, I
Oh,
knew it
no,
was gonna be
bitch.
bad. And then it
I
came
was
out,
still
and I
working
sat
at the
there
bowling
watching the
alley when
internet
it came
burn.
out.
Yeah, that was fucking
Oh,
forever
does that
ago.
mean you don't be a part of, like, you don't live?
Yes.
It was before
Oh.
I really started. It was before I really started gaming. I didn't even have a PC at that point yet. I just remembered
Oh.
it from E3, because
Yeah.
that was the same
Yeah.
E3 where they're like,
When everyone fucking
we will
booed
eventually
them.
get past. We'll eventually get past Skyrim in like 7 years. And all of the Elder Scroll kids were like, thank you. And it occurred to me that we're just being strung along.
Speaking of,
And
how
they're gonna
is
sell us 50 copies of Skyrim before we get the Elder Scrolls 6.
There's been no news on Elder Scrolls 6 ever since they did that 2-second teaser of a mountain with some
Yeah.
trees on it. And they're like,
Listen.
Elder Scrolls 6.
That
And people were like,
that
Here you go.
image, that
God.
image sustained me for months of Skyrim.
so
Damn.
Skywind is still doing real good.
I love fucking
That's-
Bioshock.
Skyblivion is last I saw, I think it was almost ready.
and that's just the previous games being essentially quote unquote remade into Skyrim. Yeah.
Basically, you
Yeah.
need to have both games because it uses the Skyrim engine.
No man.
Um,
Interesting.
but it's completely rebuilt into
Gotcha.
the existing games.
You know what else is
It looks
completely
so
rebuilt?
good. So
Pokemon
fucking
Scarlet and Pokemon Violet.
Yeah.
Woo!
Okay, so
I'm not a Pokemon fan, but I will say, what they showed looks already to have taken everything that they just gave us with Pokemon Legends and improved upon it.
Say the
So
last
much.
word in Pokemon Legends.
huh?
I don't know how to pronounce it. It's Arceus or Arceus or Arceus, according to some people.
I just
Right.
wanted to see what you would say.
Arceus.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't
Arceus.
play Pokemon, so I would never know.
I believe
Apparently, it's been
it's-
changed officially too,
I think-
repeatedly.
Yeah.
I think it's canonically the last I've known. It's Arceus. Because
Well, that's what I hear
of-
the most often.
What I will say is whenever because you guys found it out first and was posting it all in Discord and stuff like that, and I was like, I'm just waking up, like,
Good morning,
down.
Arrow Pokemon.
right?
Pokemon.
Whenever I saw it was Scarlet and Violet, I was like, oh, thought they were
Purple.
gonna do redos of Blue and Red,
Mhm.
and I was so
Mhm.
excited. And then it was like Scarlet and Violet, and I was like, oh. But then as I looked more into it, I was like,
Oh.
okay, actually,
It's pretty good.
I mean,
What I was
technically,
saying was, I thought they were going to take that formula that they're using now and
hmm
turn that into like a mainline thing. So like you'll actually see the Pokemon and you'll have that like 3D open world sort of like
Yeah.
I think it was Pokemon XD on GameCube.
Gib.
I think.
Yes.
Gale of Darkness or whatever. I don't fucking
I like
remember.
it's
It's so long
something.
ago.
I never played GameCube.
Gale of
Um,
Darkness.
Let me. I know what you're talking about.
It's a great concept for a game like Pokemon, and I've been like when I was a fan of Pokemon, I sat there wondering when they were going to do this. So I'm excited for
Gale of
everybody who
Darkness.
loves Pokemon.
Weed cat.
See, I'm a bitch for
I
I'm a
want the
bitch
dinosaur.
for Resident Evil.
Weed cat.
Mm-hmm.
So if all
Oh.
these rumors about like Resident Evil 4,
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
That's gonna be a good one too.
but I was also
I
reading
don't.
that so there's this one of the Star Wars games. The one that's supposed to be open world is called Star Wars Eclipse.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, I did see something about that.
Is that
Yeah.
official or is that still a code name?
No, it's official. It's going to be made by
Oh.
the same people that made Heavy Rain, Detroit Become
Okay.
Human, and
Okay.
Yeah.
Beyond
Solid.
Two Souls.
I
Yeah,
love
that's
those games.
Yeah, those games slap.
The producer, the main director's a piece of shit, but
Listen, good games. I can separate the art from the artist.
Yeah.
I love Resident Evil, but I don't know, dude. I'm still recovering from Raccoon City, so.
okay. So hold up, hot take since we just brought up Resident Evil.
Oh boy.
Resident Evil 4 does not need a remake. I'm going on record and saying that. I don't think it needs a remake. I think it's perfectly fine as it is. What they need to remake is Code Veronica. Get off your fucking asses, Capcom. Remake Code Veronica.
I agree
Thank you.
while also disagreeing.
Big titty vampire
Because
lady.
the most recent ports and HD remasters or upscales or whatever are buggy as fuck. And that needs to be corrected. Or just
I never had issues with them in any of the ports that I've bought.
everybody I know like in my area who has played any of the HD remakes or remasters, whatever, has constant issues.
HD remasters?
Yeah, like on the PS4 and shit. Constant
So the
issues.
only remaster that I know of was Resident Evil 4 when they came out with their HD edition back in 2012. Since then, there's been remakes. There's been a remake of Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3.
Was it 2012? Because I had a very long conversation with my buddy trying to get it to work properly on his PS4 because for whatever reason, it's like it's running at a higher frame rate, but the engine doesn't like that for whatever reason, and the entire aiming system breaks, and he can't actually aim at anything.
That's really weird. I've never heard of that issue.
Yeah.
And no, Resident Evil 4, at least for the Ultimate HD Edition port to PC, came out in 2014. Resident Evil 1 remake for GameCube came out
It's
in
gonna be
like
impossible for me to find because
2000.
they're doing the HD mod project. I don't know if you
That came out.
seen that.
That came out.
Yes, that officially released like 2 weeks ago, I think, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
And it looks
that looks
nice.
pretty good. Yeah,
It does. But like I don't know.
The Twitter.
Remaking one through remaking the first one, it makes sense. They added a lot to it. They did a lot for it. I've played both the classic a shit ton, and I've played through and beaten the remake of Resident Evil 1. Resident Evil 2 and 3, I understand, because you want to make it more modernized. Those games are like impossible to find. But you're taking a third person over the shoulder game and remaking it to a third person over the shoulder game. Like you know what I mean? Like it's I don't think there's I really don't think that there's a reason to remake Resident Evil 4 as it is. Cuz let me see.
Short of bringing it mechanically up to par with RE2 and 3 remakes, I agree. Even just bringing it up to the level of RE6's mechanics, which, while the game itself was,
Yeah.
it played well.
It did.
It
felt good
to play RE4 after playing RE6 felt like a chore.
Yeah,
but I fucking love the game.
No,
So, it's a mixed bag for sure.
I'm skeptical. I really do think that they should. I think there's a few that they should touch on before they get to 4, like Code Veronica, like
I've been asking for Code Veronica for so long.
I think they should redo Outbreak. I think they should redo just for shits and giggles.
Didn't they do like a pseudo remake of Outbreak when 2 and 3 were?
They tried to do these weird one-off games that came free with your copy of Resident Evil 2 and or 3. It was like Resident Evil. I have them. Hold up, let me see.
Yeah, I can't find it.
So there was Resident Evil Resistance, which came out when 3 came out, which was it's kind of like a pseudo Resident Evil Outbreak, but it's more along the lines of an asymmetrical horror game where it's 1v4 in the way of like Dead by
Think
Daylight.
Evolve and Dead by Daylight.
Yeah.
And shit. Yeah.
It didn't go well.
Yeah.
The game was hot garbage, and they actually canceled it. I believe they don't like do anything with it anymore. And then when Resident Evil 8 came out, they decided that, hey, why don't we make a pseudo battle royale for Resident Evil, and made Resident Evil Reverse, and that still hasn't been released. And Resident Evil 8 came out last year.
You mean like Final Fantasy: The First Soldier?
It's like a multiplayer. It's like a. I don't know how to describe it. It's not a battle royale, but it's like. It's stupid. It's stupid, is what it is. It's like a third person shooter game where you all fight against each other, and then if you get kill streaks, you get to transform into like, Mr. X or Nemesis or some shit. It's bad. Here. Let me read the description.
Battlefront.
Beloved Resident Evil characters clash in a fight to the death. Test your skills against other players in 6-person deathmatch battles. But don't forget the terrifying bioweapons. You'll need to master the skills of the heroes and bioweapons alike if you want to claw your way to victory. Garbage.
Yeah, no, it's new Battlefront. I feel you.
Still not released.
Yeah.
Hopefully it stays that way.
Hopefully it stays that way, yeah.
Man.
Wow, we went off on a tangent. Pokemon, anyways. So,
Yes.
Weed cat.
Yeah, that's
Keep
the thing.
it on all 4 legs. Game Freak, I'm looking at you. You keep that cute little weed cat on all 4 of its legs. Do not give in to the furries. No offense, Hushy. But
I hope it gets titties.
Fuck that pussy like you own it.
I hope it turns into a green Incineroar.
I hate
Tim.
so much of what you just said.
listen.
I'm gonna stop all of you right fucking now.
It's a
For
real
legal reasons. Alright?
Keep it on all
enjoyed
fours.
Someone's
Incineroar's
gonna
design.
cry.
I don't see the issue with
Incineroar
it.
was a fine Pokemon, but coming from what it came from, I hate it. Because Litten had so much potential, and then it just turned into that. And I didn't like that. I liked this, and I liked the second one. But the last
you
one, no.
So we
You
found
enjoyed
Virus'
emo
fucking hat.
fire kitten, and you didn't enjoy muscular lucha libre cat.
No,
He looks
I
like a daddy.
didn't.
That's sus.
No, it's not. Because I'm not fucking. No.
What?
I hate
Not
it
what?
here.
You're not
Not
what?
a furry.
Not
You're a
You're playing Pokemon.
and.
You are a furry.
I do need you to tone it down a
There's
little bit because I'm
been-
picking you up.
There's been how many bipedal Pokemon ever since Gen 1? You cannot say that if you play for Pokemon, you're not a furry.
Yeah, I don't want to fuck
I just
any of
dropped
them.
Are you sure?
the cutest.
Yes.
Do you want to
facts
play
I've
Smash or
seen
Pass?
in the content
Yes.
set, by the way.
Okay.
You want to play
That's
Smash or Pass?
amazing.
We can play Smash or Pass with the entire Pokedex.
They'll all be passed,
Like
my dude.
Markiplier?
Yeah, I don't.
Markiplier.
I don't know. Yeah, Markiplier did do that. It was very good.
It was very good. I loved the like visible hesitation on some of them.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm not sure why. Smash.
Smash.
Like, anyway, Weed Cat, stay on all 4 legs. Very cute. I'm gonna pick it anyway, just like I picked Litten. It's gonna be fine.
Furries are gonna try to fuck it anyway.
I'm not gonna, yeah.
I'm just
yeah.
glad we're showing some love to Donald Duck, alright?
Listen,
I love the
duck-
duck.
that duck is gay. You cannot change my mind.
He's very
the fabulous
homosexual.
hat, and then the wing that's all like. If you're listening, you can't see me, but I'm standing like right here with my wrist doing the gay thing.
I'm
You know,
standing right
it's
here.
cheap,
You can't see me,
I
but
can
I'm
do
standing
that.
right here.
I can do that. I'm gay,
You were half gay,
half gay.
so you can only do the half
That's
wrist.
fair.
Oh yeah, so I can only just like.
You can't go all the way. Yeah, there you go.
Must remain on a
You can't like
90-degree
break
angle.
your wrist, right?
Yeah.
That's really problematic.
Ow! Ah!
Why?
Listen, it's fun.
I don't know if that was a smacking sound or a cracking sound, and I'm
Both.
concerned.
Both.
Yes.
It was a smack, then a crack. Yeah, but no.
Sam.
The duck is gay. The crocodile head empty, no thought, elevator music behind eyes.
That's me.
It's a pepper.
It is a
He's not
pepper.
a pepper boy.
It's a
He's
pepper.
a pepper. Yeah, and he got
So
a skull. He's a ghost pepper because he got a
He
skull.
looked like a mogus.
Oh.
He-
Amogus.
He
I
looked
just-
like a mogus.
He is the Pokemon.
I just lost the
personification
game.
of a corgi.
And then the cat is just
Zan.
a weed cat.
What are their names? It's Fuecoco,
Fuecoco.
Sprigatito,
Yee.
and
Quaxley.
Duck.
Quaxley. Yeah.
Quaxley.
Quaxley.
A lot of Spanish. Duh.
Well,
Yeah.
it's supposed to be. I mean, it's.
Spanish.
What's the-
Spanish. What does a duck say?
Wait.
Quack.
Quacks. Quacks. Quaxley.
I'm gonna withhold my starter choice until I see the evolution chain.
That's fair.
I'm taking the crocodile.
I'm taking
I
the
want to
cat.
see the
I'm
pepper
just not
turn
gonna
into a
touch
bigger
it, but
pepper.
I do know my better half will probably want the game. So
See, I'm gonna
Yeah.
want it, but I'll never be able to play it.
well, that's fair.
I just want to say, because
Hmm.
Arrow, you said earlier when we were talking about Pokemon, you were hoping that it was like a
Oh,
Pokemon
red and blue.
remake of Red and Blue, but
Yeah.
they already did that with Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee.
Oh,
Mm,
Hot take.
I wish you wouldn't
I hope
say
you're
that.
wrong. I hope you're wrong. I can see it though.
I'm pretty sure that that's like the quote unquote Gen 1 remake that's considered.
yeah.
I hope you're wrong, but I could see it.
I'm upset
Is
that we
Eevee
didn't get a
Gen 1?
remastered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Eevee, Jolteon,
It was
Vaporeon,
yeah.
and Flareon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I really wish that they would have remade Emerald because Emerald's the best Pokemon ever. Don't at me.
You're wrong.
And I
It's actually
getting
the
a
last
divorce.
one I played. so-
Oh.
I spent so much time in Pokemon Emerald. So much time. I had my little Game Boy SP.
Yes,
Fucking playing that shit.
I found mine the other day.
Oh my
Not
god.
even joking. Because we're packing stuff up, right? And I found that in my DS.
Nice.
I love
Mine-
that for
Mine's in
you.
this closet over here in a box.
Mine's in that
I'm not
closet.
talking to you, dog.
That one.
Actually, I think mine's in that. If we're
I-
going with this, it's in that closet.
I have 400 hours in Pokemon Pearl.
I like
Oh.
platinum.
Some metric shit ton.
Yeah.
The last memory I have of Pokemon actually was again Silver. No, it was in Crystal. I used an APOM to solo the entire Elite Four.
That's amazing.
What?
The only thing I brought was a level 100 APOM.
Jesus
That's
And I
Christ.
slammed the entire Elite Four.
That's so fucked
incredible.
up.
Fucking effortlessly. It was my crowning achievement in Pokemon, and I'll
Damn.
never see the light of those heights again.
That's
You
you
peaked.
peaked.
Yeah.
You peaked. Some people peaked in
Right.
high school. Zan peaked in Pokemon. That one.
Whenever that was.
Yep.
Crystal, yeah,
Crystal.
Yeah.
yeah.
That was a while ago.
That was
Yeah, it
several
was a long
whiles
fucking
ago.
time
Zan,
ago.
you're old.
I know. I'm gonna be 29 in a few months. Fuck.
You're almost 30.
Don't laugh.
Wow. You're gonna be there
the last
just
like
soon.
month, Emma has
Mhm.
been telling me that she's almost 7. I'm like, you just turned 6.
Oh.
The fuck? You know? And yeah, and I realized it's been almost 5 months.
Do you
Yeah,
wanna move on to siege stuff?
Yeah, I was just gonna say,
Yeah, we kind
Yeah,
of
fuck
went for
Elevate.
like an hour already.
Siege stuff. What do we want to talk
okay.
about first?
Everything's
Elevate.
on fire.
Elevate.
Everything's on fire. We're starting with roster moves. Elevate.
Yes.
Why?
So, Elevate, like an hour or two before recording this, dropped or benched.
Nyrix and Nay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which
Can we also just say Nyrix has
Nyrix,
the dopest fucking shot from SI?
Yes.
Bro,
I
Correct.
agree.
that is the coolest fucking picture I've ever seen from a LAN.
so Nerix was the second best performer on Elevate, behind sorry, what was his? I need a Omnigiri,
Onigiri, yeah.
which. So that's very interesting.
I mean,
Nay was at the bottom, so I'm like, okay, I guess, but like,
is it a personal thing though? Like, was
It
that
is.
his decision?
it must be.
So I'm gonna interject real quick because I wanted to look at Elevate's Twitter page. So
Yes.
the CEO of Elevate tweeted out about an hour ago in response to the roster update. He goes, roster changes are never easy, especially after the performance that these guys had at SI.
Yeah.
Nerix wanted to focus on his studies, and the roster believed that it was best to bring in 2 new players to fit the roles better. Napew will be our substitute for stage 1.
Okay.
So what I'm guessing is that,
Hmm.
actually I don't know. Like Nerix, I guess, because he wanted to do school stuff. Yeah, Nerix. Looking at some of the comments, Nerix retired and wanted to focus on his education, and then Napew, I guess, got moved to being a sub instead of
Gotcha.
being active on the roster.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
I mean, I get it. Like, it
if
was.
you want to focus on your studies, like, by all means, do that. Like,
Yeah, and especially after what they accomplished, it was a historical moment for Thailand, and a huge moment for APAC.
Yeah.
So I can see Nerix thinking like that's the time to do it. It just it sucks because that was a promising roster, and who knows how that replacement is going to work out. So I'm heartbroken.
And then just NAL's like there's so many different things rumored. Like,
NA is getting
insane.
nuked, dude.
Yeah,
It's unreal.
it's all these roster changes are brutal.
I saw
then-
somebody had posted something about the confirmation about the OXG
Oxygen. Yes.
roster. Is that like actually confirmed now?
I think
Or is it
CGG
so-
is
still
coming
just
out
a
and
credible
saying that
source?
It's confirmed.
Okay.
They've agreed to terms with the 2 players, whether or not
Damn.
it's gonna actually happen. Which
Yeah.
then, being that they're bringing in 2 players, it confirms the other rumor of.
I mean
how
that has
things-
also been confirmed with all the drama between Super and Udega. So
I've kept
that
out
is-
of that. I'm like,
that is
I don't have
don't.
enough band.
You shouldn't. You shouldn't. It is the
I
best.
don't have the bandwidth for that. Like,
Listen,
You know who doesn't have
you
to make
don't
a
need the
change?
bandwidth.
Funny.
It's beautiful. It will
It's
give
so
you
good.
bandwidth. Like, it has negative bandwidth. You will receive strength and happiness from watching it go down. Like,
okay.
Super
So it
going
is
from
confirmed
villain
that those 2 are
turned
going over to
anti-hero.
XN. Fair.
See, here's the thing. I wouldn't. Super. People just didn't like what he had to say because what he said hurts, and it was the truth. He said certain teams sucked because certain teams did suck. He said certain teams couldn't get. They're not going to get anywhere because they're stuck in their style, and it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said certain players suck because they didn't perform. He tells the truth. He brings stats to every argument he comes to, like. But like I'll tell you, if there's one team that doesn't have to make any changes, and that's fucking TSM.
Yep.
No.
True.
They.
You know, it's crazy because
USA and they on top, baby.
because there was a lot of rumors that they were trying to get rid of Mert.
Yeah.
Which
And-
could you like take a step back for a moment? Could you imagine if they did?
Yeah.
I still
Yeah.
think I think they would have had to. Thinking on it now, if they would have got rid of Merc, they wouldn't. The way
They weren't going to
TSM,
SI.
the way
If they got rid of
TSM,
Merc, I don't think.
I think they still would have won SI. Thinking back on it, because a team like TSM and the money TSM has, they're not gonna replace Merc with just anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They will buy out whoever they fucking want.
They would have gotten someone.
Like,
yeah.
they would have gotten someone.
Well, I mean, you say that, but look at their Valorant roster.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Just saying.
Let's not look at that.
I
Valorant.
don't want to talk about Valorant rosters. It
Valorant's
makes me
still a
sad.
bit of a volatile scene.
Yeah.
And that's the
It's
thing I was gonna
it's
mention.
But, I
nothing
mean,
that's
it's
like
so new to like. There's gonna be a lot of up and down for sure. But
Yeah, but also
Um,
Valorant, they're seen as like, I believe you can be 16 and play professionally,
Yeah,
which I honestly think. I think Siege should open it up to 16 and up.
I
Mm-mm.
don't think so.
But here's
Mm-mm.
the thing about it is there's only like 2 underagers that's even good enough to play in Pro League.
yeah.
Like just because you
Yeah.
open up to underagers doesn't mean Pro League is going to get flooded by a bunch of kids. There's 1 or 2 that I
Yeah.
feel like are even
could
good
do
enough.
anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that could do anything.
Can you imagine if Bolo got signed before he was 18?
Oh yeah.
Man,
Because I remember when, like, because he signed kind of with TSM before he was 18, if
Did
I
he?
remember correctly.
I think
Or,
I think they
like,
were in talks before, but it was
It was
like
in
Yeah.
talks,
official when
and
he
so
turned
it
18.
was like,
Yeah, because he played CCS.
Yeah.
But
yes,
he was in talks. He was in talks with TSM, but they couldn't sign anything legally. And as soon as like the day he turned 18, I believe he signed a contract with them.
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was like the day or the day after. Like, it was, oh, hey, by the way, I'm 18. And then it was like, oh, yeah, now I'm
Yeah.
playing for TSM.
Yeah.
Like,
Can you imagine the fucking amount of offers that flooded in on his 18th birthday too?
Because I know he was
He
being
probably-
he was being scouted like without a doubt by every
For
team.
sure.
every tier
TSM just had the
one,
most money.
yeah,
Yeah.
every T1 Siege team probably went after him.
But it
Like,
also comes down
especially
to
NA.
is like TSM was building their team from scratch.
Mhm.
And sometimes it's better to just bring someone like him on a fresh team instead of just putting him on a team that they drop a player for him when that player could not probably wasn't even the issue with that team. It was probably just a whole roster
Yeah.
issue.
Yep.
At least bringing him on like fresh into Pro League that way, because they're building a new team, like they can create their own, their own type of gameplay, right? Which is kind of
and
what they ended up
really-
doing. That's why they were so dominant.
And TSM really just like kept their core.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is why they have such good chemistry. Like Poja's been on the coaching role and on the player role.
For as long as I remember.
Then they picked up Geo.
Mhm.
And they have Chala. So it's
Did
I'm not gonna count
Geo
Gotcha.
went from Rogue to TSM, correct? Or did he have somewhere in between?
EG.
Yeah, Geo's on Evo
He
Genius.
did have EG in between, you're right. Okay. I was like, I couldn't
He
remember.
went Rogue, EG, and then when EG disbanded because they gave up their spot.
Okay.
So they
I
didn't want
thought
to
there
move
was
to
someone
Vegas.
in between, but I
Um,
couldn't remember.
Actually, let me take a look.
I think you're right. It was EG.
Yeah,
I just
'cause
like
EG
I said, I
disbanded,
couldn't.
and they
Yeah.
needed a support player. Which
Yeah.
he is a top. He's up there.
Mhm.
Man will
100%.
play his role if it's the last fucking thing he does.
Yeah, and that's the thing I think.
That's
Talk about stats all you want. I don't give a fuck. This
Mhm.
dude will run through an entire fucking war zone just to get the bomb down.
Yeah,
Yep.
and that's what you got fucking ignorant, stupid bitches like Alamo, who wants to argue over the stupidest shit. But like, Super made the biggest point of like, really kills don't really matter if you're planting the bomb 20 fucking times.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not just that, like when you have Achieved, then
Mhm.
Bolo, then Merc, all doing their job, and
yeah.
then Chala is the last line of defense. Where are you supposed to find kills?
And here's
Realistically
Yeah.
speaking,
oh yeah, and here's the
there's
thing.
none left.
Here's the thing that makes TSM so good. Every single player, including their fucking coach, is
Mhm.
capable of clutching a round against any team in Pro League.
Mhm.
Yep.
They've proven it before.
Well,
Pojo,
look how many. Go ahead.
I was just saying, Pojo can clutch a round. Pojo's
Oh, yeah.
extremely smart. Geo has clutched rounds. Chala is nasty with it. Yeah, both. I mean, really say much
Mhm.
about Bolo Achieved and Merc.
Yeah, you
What
don't
I
really have
like
to say much
about
about them.
the dynamic of their support players, like Chala is the one person you want in a clutch situation because
Mhm.
he is so calm
He's cool
every
headed.
time.
Yeah.
And Geo finds a way to get into the rattiest fucking positions in those clutch opportunities and pulls off the craziest shit. And nobody fucking ever expects it from Geo. Nobody.
Yeah.
But he does
Geo
it every
plays
fucking
like
time.
And the
Geo
thing,
plays like Laxing if Laxing was a team player.
Well, that's it. Like,
and the thing about GL2 is he does play a lot of Pulse and Castle, and
Mhm.
their gun isn't really. It's a difficult gun,
Yeah.
especially since they're playing on land. Like it hits hard and
Yeah.
shit,
Worst gun in the game.
but
if you're not
when
hitting headshots,
that rate of fire
Mhm.
is punishing.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
Because like with Chala, it was so if TSM came back from a round, like it's looking bad, like 5v something.
yeah.
The amount of times I saw either Chala and Geo or just one of them clutch was it was insane. Like I felt like if the enemy team had 5 players standing and it was just Chala, I would be sitting there going, I actually don't know who's going to win this.
I think it was specifically against Empire on Villa in the finals, if I'm not
Mhm.
mistaken, where every round that they weren't supposed to win, somebody's just like, no, I want that one.
Yep.
I'm gonna
They
take
all
this.
had that clutch
And
factor
they just
that map.
take the round instantly.
Yep.
I
They can
it's stupid. They had I can't remember what piece of content it was, but they were asking questions for the team, and one of them
Mhm.
was like, "Who is the most clutch?" And everybody was like, "I don't know." Like everybody, and
Yeah.
it's so fucking true.
Mhm.
You know?
When like back when Chala got signed with TSM, everybody's going like, "Oh, why are they getting Chala and stuff like that?" And I'm sitting here going, "That's a great pickup. What are you talking about?"
Yeah. Well, it's
The
because like
first play
they
day.
had to pull Pojo
Mhm.
off of a player role, and Pojo's clutch as shit. But
Yep.
like,
Well, and that was and I go back. Chala had one of the best first play days I've seen in a while. Like
yeah,
I remember everybody who doubted him immediately stopped
yeah.
because it was I think his first game was on Oregon and he clutched like 2 or 3 times.
I think what it might have been is I don't remember him having such a stellar performance on Space Station, which
Yeah.
is where he was before TSM.
Right. Yep.
So that's
Which is a
probably
very
why.
different type of playstyle as well in
Yeah,
general, though, right?
Yeah.
very much so.
For sure. That's 100%. It was funny to me. I was just like, you know, but yeah, they all TSM came to play at SI
Yeah,
and they just they're insane. And oh, by the way, they were the Quals team.
yeah,
Yep.
Yep,
yeah.
they
There
had
was a
quite the Cinderella story.
Yep.
there was a very high chance we weren't even gonna see them there.
Yep. And they won the whole thing.
Which is
Oh
incredible.
wow.
They fucking put in work during the off season, which is what you should do.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you wanna like win, you need to put in the work
Yep.
constantly.
Hmm.
Well, just even in quals, watching them go up against Parabellum,
Yeah.
um, you could see like a marked, like market difference in their stage 2 and 3 performance and their quals performance,
Yep.
and then it was just a fucking bloodbath at
Hmm.
SI.
Because I'm trying to look.
They
So
lost to
TS
DZ.
Yeah.
Yeah, we beat the world champions. We
So-
did it.
DZ
Technically, that makes us pseudo world champions because we can beat the
They-
world
No.
champions. So
No, calm
yeah,
down.
if I'm counting right, they lost a total of 4 maps all of playoffs.
That's crazy.
They lost 1 to Furia, 2 to Empire,
And then another to Empire and Fun.
and then 1 more to Empire in the final.
Yeah. That's wild.
4 maps.
No, TSM.
Unless-
Shit.
I don't know what they sacrificed to the blood
They
gods,
lost that one pretty bad, actually.
but it fucking worked.
At TSM was like, yeah, we lost this, but we'll be back. See you guys in the
Right.
finals, bro.
Gives us a little more practice before the finals.
Right.
Strategic lower bracket drop.
I honestly think as long
They
as DZ
didn't
doesn't
drop
make
until
any
the very
roster
end.
changes, as long as DZ doesn't make any roster changes, I think they'll do good.
Yeah.
No roster changes, as in the fucking players playing on the computer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I wouldn't consider like coach as a part of the roster. When you say roster, it's
The core
I think it
5.
could be yeah,
Yeah.
assumed.
But
It's been a
And
it's
then
been a slow burning off season
yeah.
for
Well, I mean,
for
you
roster
also have-
changes.
so far, I feel like it's just going to be all hell breaks loose at some point.
I just wish they would just come out and say it.
Mm-hmm.
I know these
Same.
things take time, but I'm tired of waiting.
Same.
So we also have the Parabellum acquisition, if we want to go into that.
Yes.
It's an acquisition. It's like TSM and FTX.
Exactly.
It's
And Rogue and Wrecked.
But it's not
Rogue's
like
always been a direct.
It wasn't as dominant as it was now, though, if I remember.
What do you mean?
Like, I had no idea who Wrecked was until like a year and a half ago.
I mean,
Like, I just knew they were a sponsor. I didn't realize that they owned Rogue.
yeah, no, that's Red Global's always been Rogue's and London Royal Ravens parent company.
That's true. I forgot about Royal Ravens. Yeah, that's the Rogue fan in me forgets about them.
so. This isn't
Eh.
like Disrupt and Astralis, right?
No.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
They straight up bought the org and
Yeah.
everything under it. This isn't.
Yeah.
It's different. It's like a merger and an acquisition.
Mm.
Yep.
That was more of a merger where they merged together to create one entity.
Uh-huh.
Well, this is just a company coming in, buying a team, and then
Yeah.
that's that. That
'Cause
team's
then,
still going to
like-
be Parabellum. They're just owned
Yeah.
by someone.
I said
'Cause
good
even
because I bought a
Parabellum-
Parabellum jersey. So
Yeah, Parabellum flat out said that the team would operate as Parabellum. It's
I'm excited
just
to see a bunch
like
of
a
this new
TSM
talent come in, though.
FPX. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's been about fucking time. But like I said, I don't want to see Butters back in fucking Pro League. That man's
God.
been given too many fucking changes, especially over all this new talent that's in CL.
Yeah.
You know, and that's also like it works both ways though, as in like the new talent. It's everyone wants to see new talent, but at the same time,
Mhm.
the new talent needs to fucking drop their egos.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
because people's egos their worst enemy.
That's what I was
Mhm.
going to say about the whole, like, allowing 16-year-olds to play. No.
yeah.
Like-
No.
They've got
Absolutely
yeah.
not.
It's like a, you know, like, and I don't know how much truth this has to it, but like, if like a shitty team like exit going to like asking a CL player if they want to join, that CL player is like, I don't want to play for a shitty team. Bro,
Yeah.
it,
You're getting out of CL to go to
more than
PL,
likely
like,
you're in CL, and more than likely that means you're not getting paid to fucking play.
Yeah.
And there's a team, a pro league team, no matter like how like if exit was to come to like anybody that's not in the pro scene and ask if you want to
Yeah.
play regardless of how good they're doing,
Mhm.
well, that's your chance to prove yourself and show yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Then the next split,
Use that as a
you go to
stepping
different
stone.
team, or they rebuild
Exactly.
around you. Who fucking knows?
yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to take a fucking chance. You're purposely trying to get into a career that has no real security. So
Yeah.
why the fuck are you waiting for it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's no different than like, you know, sports. Like, I'm sure there's people that get drafted to teams they don't want to fucking play for, that they
Yeah.
grew up hating, But at the end of the day, you're playing professionally. You're getting paid to play professionally, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, just set your feelings aside, and if you do good, you're gonna get a really good paycheck. Worst case scenario, if you do really good, a team that you like is gonna pick you up.
Yep.
Like it's, you know, you gotta take advantage of the situation you were given, regardless of how you feel about any team.
Yeah.
So, but you know, we also don't need to keep recycling players over and over and
Yeah.
over again.
I agree.
Because we talk about ego and I mean I don't know personally what's happening with like Nick's and the teams he's been on, but you just hear a lot of rumors that ego and attitude. You know. And he even
These are
says
recurring themes.
he even says in his own tweets, ego aside.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you have to specify that.
Like that's in
Yeah.
it's but you know, it's one of those things is like at the end of the day. We'll see what happens.
For
I
sure.
agree.
I'm excited though. I'm ready for NAL to start. I want to see these
See.
new teams play. I want to see.
Do we
DC
have
play.
a date for all of that yet?
I was just gonna ask.
No,
Nope,
it should
they haven't
probably be
even
sometime
been-
in. It'll probably end up being sometime in March, because they'll
'Cause-
probably play March, April, have a couple weeks off. NA Major is in the
Mhm.
middle of May. Yeah.
'Cause if
Yeah,
I
makes sense.
remember my dates right, NAL came back around the last-ish week of March. Because I remember asking Jess, going, "Hey, for a specific event, can I watch NAL?"
I'm also excited to see
For your birthday.
Maybe.
Also,
Yeah.
fucking, they haven't made any announcements.
I know when your birthday is.
They still haven't made. There's been 0 announcements regarding the CO.
It's a threat.
Yeah, Reed was
Yeah.
posting about that earlier today.
Yeah.
Like, hey, Yubi, don't forget.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, Ubisoft's been fucking slow when it comes to any sort of announcement, and it's really irritating.
They get
hurry the
better
fuck up,
for
bro.
a couple months, and then they stop.
And then
they
radio
get better for a
silence,
couple
and it's
weeks, and then they stop.
So yes, so NAL started March 24th last year. So hopefully it happens around. Because what days was NAL again? Like, can someone refresh my memory?
I believe it
don't even-
was
I think it fell on
Wednesday.
the Wednesdays.
Yep, Wednesdays.
Wednesdays.
Super weeks are
The
Tuesday,
23rd?
Wednesdays.
Yeah.
You could be looking at that week at the 21st.
maybe. I just wish they would say something more than a week in advance.
They
Oh,
did
I
last
100%
like
agree.
the last couple stages they've been good about it. I still don't think we're like too close to it to have an announcement about when it starts.
Hopefully
I
it
think,
happens.
like any information about it is good, no matter like. I don't understand why you gotta wait so long to announce the stage.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
I do too. I just don't think we're at an unacceptable time frame yet.
I
valid.
do.
Hugh,
I
you're
want that shit
impatient.
now. I'm very impatient. Well, like I don't know. When it comes to like majors and stuff, especially because I want to know where the NA major is gonna be, so I can start
they-
planning for it.
Are they doing the SC the Pro-Am again?
Yep.
Are they?
I believe it was Super that says some. No, it was Fox A. Super or Fox A. One of them was talking about there's gonna be another Pro-Am.
Oh,
Like
that'll
the
be
one
fun.
that DZ did last year?
Yeah. So essentially, they're
Sick.
doing the same idea. It just is SES has it now, and
Interesting.
they're gonna run
Can we
it.
get a better green screen this time?
Hopefully.
Dude, oh God. Listen,
Please.
I say I
But
get
don't
very
get my
critical and shit.
don't get my production brain on that.
I
Do
get
not.
very critical
Bad
and
idea.
shit, especially like certain players in Pro League. Like, yeah, Nick has an ego and all, but like, he's not a bad player. It's just the attitude and ego problem that you hear a lot from other people.
Yeah.
He's not a bad player.
Thing
Butters,
is, though, sometimes
stats
even
don't
if you're
lie.
a bad player, you need to
Mhm.
change something, and ego is going to prevent that.
oh yeah, it's the whole thing is like when it's like some people, and this isn't referring to him because like I said, I'd never played with him or any of that, but like there's people that they have an issue with taking any type of advice from people younger to them
Yeah.
Yeah.
because of their ego. But like, back to so critical, like being critical on things. That green screen was fucking dog ass. My green screen is better. It is. Like, there's and I'm tired of people making excuses for them.
Honestly,
Like-
it looked more like a lighting issue than anything.
Which is even more sad. It's
Yeah.
like, are you?
I don't know what confines they had to work with for the studio. But based on like the flights being tweeted and stuff, I think it was just put together very last minute.
Yeah.
And probably not with the right equipment.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate considering it was like the last
it-
chance.
It
Like,
can be put together poorly or last minute, but it still doesn't change the fact that the stream, everything was just completely dog shit.
Yeah.
And that's being nice about it. It's just,
Yeah.
I mean, and
Like,
it's
we
been,
can't blame the network issues on them
No.
because we all know Spectrum is
Yes.
Spectrum.
yeah,
But everything else, in terms of quality, was,
it's NA, and NA's quality's always been bad.
yeah.
yeah.
So
Like-
it's,
EUL's been fantastic for so long. Like,
You would think, like, for a LAN league that they wanted to hype up so much, that they
mhm.
would not do that.
yeah. And now I'm at that point of
Maybe.
like, there is no more. We need to have in people events. SI is different because that's all the teams in the world. Countries
Yeah.
countries are still uptight in their ass about players returning, shit like that.
Yep.
Nothing you can do about it. That's government shit. Oh well. But like, I don't know. Like, it would be nice to have people like in-person events.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Like, there's just no excuse for it.
Well,
really
it adds to the
anymore.
energy and the production too. Like when you get
Oh,
that
yeah.
sweeping pan over the crowd, like that is such a huge part of the production
That
that
it's
nobody talks
atmosphere
about.
is just
You know?
different.
It
It's
adds
like-
to the atmosphere and the scale too, right?
Yeah, it goes back to like, I mean, like any game played professionally, like soccer, football, like you're like soccer, like you're in a stadium of over 200,000 people.
Yeah.
Atmosphere is fucking crazy. And then when COVID hit, no fans.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a different atmosphere. And like, there's plenty of places in the US to have it. If you want, and people like in-person events, there's plenty of places. All the other fucking esports are going back to in-person events.
Yeah.
So it's just, everybody. It's
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard.
'Cause-
It's hard to talk about in-person events and all that, and you have to like. It's hard talking about that, and because it walks the fine line of tripping into politics.
Yeah.
So you got to avoid that. It's hard to talk about it.
Yeah.
Simply put, if you can have a hockey game or a concert,
Yes.
Or the Super
you
Bowl.
can watch people play fucking video games. I'm
Yeah, and
Canadian.
let's-
I have to say hockey. All right.
Yeah,
Like,
and let's
I'm
be real.
legally
Let's-
obligated.
Let's be real. If you're having hockey, basketball
fair.
games, or fucking the Super Bowl, you
Yeah.
can have a game where there's the fan base in person is not ever going to see that of like a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's no excuse for it, and people will argue with me about it. It's like, well, we can't have it in certain states, but there is states you can have it. Fuck the states you can't have it. There's nothing. Have it in Vegas for fuck's sake. The Strip's open.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Got the HyperX Arena.
yeah.
Mhm.
Like at this point,
Or-
it's
Yeah.
if you're really worried about the players catching COVID, then okay, have the in-person event. Just don't have any signings.
Yep.
It's gonna be shitty, but it's
Or just cordon off a part of the arena where it's only staff, talent, and players.
and plus in-person
Yep, that's
events
it.
means more money.
Yeah.
You know?
Get that
Yeah.
merch money, baby.
Yeah. So
No,
But-
I agree, and I'm still upset that we did get a Montreal SI this year.
Yeah.
And I mean, with how everything went down here, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
weren't like we lost our public sporting events around that time again, anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like concerts are back on. I think I have a concert next month. I think that I'm going
Oh,
to.
ooh.
I don't even fucking know anymore.
Yeah.
So, at some point, you need to just let it happen.
Yeah.
You know.
Can't be scared forever.
Yeah.
You know, at this point in time, it's been what, almost 2 years since COVID hit.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
fucking wild.
Because
It's been almost 2 years
SI
in COVID get
2019.
hit.
SI 2020.
Yeah.
Regardless of how
It was
people,
right after SI.
Yes.
Got sick.
yeah,
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
with sports, with anything, people are going to disagree with what should be done, etc.
No.
Fuck it. Let's go back to in-person events. If you want to keep the players safe, the players need to be separate from the fan base
Yep.
and have them on stage. They already have a role where you can't. Obviously, fans can't just run up the stage.
Right. Yeah.
Imagine.
So like, yeah. So like, it's
Imagine.
there is things that they can do to have it, and I hope like the NA major. I hope it's in Vegas. I think it would be really fucking cool.
Yeah.
You know, and because they have the new hotel,
Yeah.
but you know if they have the
Yeah,
NA major,
for-
then more than likely
Yeah,
we're
for
getting a
$300 a
Airbnb.
night.
Yeah.
Which
but, like,
if they do like a Vegas, I hope they do what they did for USN. Because those they did the hotel like discounted, like they did like some group rate or some shit like that. I don't remember.
Event discounts.
because
Yeah.
I've been looking like just in case if there's like if the NA major is in Vegas and it's gonna be like in person. I've
Yeah.
been looking like Airbnbs, especially that are like dog friendly, because I'm bringing Ludo.
I mean, if you're seeing us, yeah, probably you'd need to.
Yeah, so bring in Ludo, and you know he can shit outside or whatever. It's Vegas, you know, people live
Yeah.
on the streets. So, but dude, I'm fucking excited for it. It's weird because SI was just like not that. It was what, a week ago, 2 weeks ago,
Mhm.
It
Two.
was
and I feel like it's
Two
been
It's
a
like a
lot,
Yeah.
lifetime already.
dude.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Going from having something to watch every day
to
Having nothing.
and
I
like
was-
That's another-
maximum
dude,
hype
bro.
overload.
And that's why I'm
You know?
excited. I would love it to SI to come back to like our area, like or Montreal. So we don't have to wake up at fucking 2 a.m.
Bro.
Yeah.
SI is going to be in NA next year.
I
They
dead
said that
ass.
on the roadmap.
That I don't remember what day it was. I think it was a Saturday, and TSM was playing the first game. I slept. I shit you not. Like this.
That's what. So
And
that
at
is
4,
exactly.
my alarm goes off, and I just went and open Twitch. Like,
Yep.
That's what I did. I would when the tokenomic major happened.
Mm.
I would wake up at 6 p.m. start watching it, and at like what 3 a.m. when it ended, I just go to bed, repeat said process. Like it just
I was working at the Hope Lodge the weekend of Tokoname. I remember this because I watched it. Watched it on my computers at work, and I got off work at midnight, so I just went home and threw my laptop on
yeah,
in my room, and yeah, it was good.
yeah.
yeah.
So that's all I got to say. Really, I think we're running up on time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're at about an hour and a half right now. Yeah, anything else we want to talk about?
I don't think so.
I got nothing at the moment.
Nice.
Yeah.
There's not much else in the gaming scene right now, really.
I mean, we have
Yeah.
all of Year 7 Season 1 coming up, and then the
It's
Year
coming.
7 roadmap,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah.
At that point, it's all like speculation, right? So,
yeah.
A lot of it. Yeah.
New map, that's really all I care about right now.
yeah,
New map.
New map mid-season.
yeah.
Which once the season releases on a live build, because I hate playing the test server. It
Yeah.
runs funky, always has. since I've ever played it. But once that new season hits the live server, and we'll talk about
I'm excited.
how the new season is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
The new
hopefully next week
Yeah.
it'll probably be the day after our next episode.
Yeah. Usually
Probably.
it's 2 to 3 weeks after the test server goes live. So
Mm-hmm.
checks
Yeah.
out if it's around the 8th.
Yes.
Yep.
Fingers crossed, I guess. I mean, I enjoyed everything that was on the test server the one night I got to play it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Before they disabled everything but TDM for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is weird.
Very weird.
But I feel like Azami is going to be a great shakeup, so
Yeah.
I'm
The
interested and very
one
excited.
ways you can create.
Yeah.
I
Also,
was
Thorn
watching-
is going to be coming to Pro League.
Yep.
That might be interesting.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I don't see her shaking things up as much as Osa.
I don't see it being a shakeup
Mhm.
necessarily.
Yeah.
But you can get really cheeky with some of those traps.
That's true.
Yeah. I think we're gonna see very interesting uses for Thorn, and I think for like the first couple, it's might be the same as like, think about it, the first week or two of Thorn being in the live build. How many times did her gadget get kills?
Yeah.
You felt like every single round, right?
Unless I played her.
Which
Oh,
I've only gotten 2 kills with it. So
I don't think Thorn's ever gonna. I don't think Thorn's gonna be used in.
Yep.
Pro League,
I think she's
though,
going to be a pocket strat.
because
Yep.
it's
Yep.
gonna
Because
you'll see her very very.
people got used to
rarely.
her. Mhm.
But
This is why I think we shouldn't have a quarantine period.
Goyo's gonna be used more.
Yeah.
Because Goyo is insanely strong.
Oh,
people
That
don't realize-
rework.
His rework.
Goyo might be the
Yeah.
strongest fucking operator in Siege with this rework, unless they nerf it. Because
The sheer level of denial is obscene.
oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so but
Oh no, yeah, the barricade mechanic with it is insane. Like,
Mhm.
well, not like insane as in insane bad. It's just, yeah, like it's gonna be interesting.
because like from a comp level, like it's, I think Azumi, is that her name?
Azami.
Azami, yeah.
Azami, yeah.
Ami.
She'll be used 100% in Pro League, just because of how powerful she is.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, if someone's on windows and they plant, okay, just throw them bitches at the bomb and at the window, and you got the defuse for free. Like,
Yep.
or just simply just stopping, like, and like the casual community, nothing against them, but like they see how they're playing, like how the devs are playing the new operator at the reveal, but don't realize that 9 times out of 10 that's not how that operator is played at all.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
she's gonna be played to stop fucking rushes. She's gonna
Yep.
be played totally different. It's the same with Osa.
Mm-hmm.
She's being played different than how they were showing her for the most part. Like, people will put them on windows and hit the window, like hit her shield, so they
Yeah.
can't see what they're doing. Like, it's.
Yep.
So I think Azumi is probably the first one in a long time, besides Flores. Flores is probably the best attacker right now because he can open shit up, but he is
Yep.
the best utility clearer in the game.
Yeah.
He's
Yep.
he's a lot of fun too. I love having the AR-33 on somebody who's not banned on
Agreed.
all the time.
Yeah.
Such a fun gun, dude.
Yeah, he's
One of the
nasty on-
times I'm sad I'm a support player.
Yeah, he's insane. Even his DMR, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mars.
I don't like single fire weapons. That's my problem.
Yeah.
LMG.
I don't
No.
like LMGs.
That
They need,
no.
they need to nerf.
Virus.
They need to nerf all the LMGs.
The LMG
Which
I run is Zof because the M762 just is not fun to use.
Yeah,
Like,
which
I'm handicapping myself.
people were saying, like, why would you use, like, people were making fun of certain people in Pro League using the DMRs in Pro
Because
League,
on land they slap.
because like, so on, if you're playing like on a server,
Yeah.
out of 4 shots, maybe 2 or 3 of those are going to register.
Yeah.
on
Yep.
land, if they're hitting for 80, you'll down them in 2 shots or kill them in 2 shots.
Yeah.
There's no like the hit reg is different. With like harder impacting guns are
Mhm.
going to register every single shot, which is why they go down faster compared
Yeah.
to like if you're playing on a server.
Yep.
So
It's just yeah, it's always funny because that seems to be always what happens every single LAN. Like DMRs come out, people go, "Why are they running DMRs?" People forget about it. Another LAN shows up, everybody starts running DMRs again, and like it's because it's on LAN. Like
Yeah.
like you said, all the shots register rather than 2 if you're lucky out of 4 or 5.
Yeah. I was playing Delca the other day, and I could have swore I put half a mag over DMR into someone,
Right?
and then some.
Yeah.
Like even Vexy had tweeted that one clip where he just walks into fucking Astro, mag dumps a dude.
Oh
You
yeah.
hear the hits on the kill cam.
Oh
and no
yes.
damage. Nothing. You
Yep.
hear the impact.
Yep.
It's
I forgot
Yeah.
about
Unreal.
that. Yeah.
if that shit happened, and I don't know, it's on site, whoever that alibi was. But I gotta go piss. So I'm
yeah, I think that about
Well,
rounds it out anyways.
yeah.
Thanks for watching. Have a good night.